From an investigative team that gels perfectly, to a former fugitive with a blacklist that's very much in demand, here's all the TV shows that NCIS fans need to see. Let's start with one that's promising, just judging by its name, FBI. So you just know there's going to be some top-tier level case cracking going on. Let me give you a little pitch of the series. It's a crime drama that takes the viewers to the heart of the Federal Bureau of Investigation's New York City office. You're probably thinking that officers aren't exciting, but sometimes you can meet just the most remarkable people over there. And this place has got plenty of those. Here, you'll get to meet Special Agent Maggie Bell. Now, Maggie comes from a long line of law enforcement officers, so if I had to use one word to describe her, it'd be committed. Alongside her partner, Special Agent Omar Zidane, she leads investigations involving counterintelligence and terrorism. Along with the investigations, the way that the team works together is super fun to watch. There's Special Agent in charge Dana Mosier, who's got the boss vibe but the kind you respect. Then there's Kristen Khazal, a fresh analyst who can make sense of seemingly impossible stuff, along with Jubal Valentine, who is unusually persuasive. So if you're an NCIS fan interested in character relationships, well, look no further. But if it was the thrill factor of NCIS that had you hooked, I've got you covered. You could watch Line of Duty. This British thriller does not hold back on the action. Right at the beginning, you'll meet DS Steve Arnott, an authorized firearms officer. He's in a bit of a pickle. He's refused to let the cover-up of an unlawful shooting slide. What's the big deal? Well, it's his own team that's burying the evidence. So naturally, he's not welcome there anymore. He's transferred to Anti-Corruption Unit 12. Over there, his new partner with DC, Kate Fleming, and his team work on exposing corruption taking place within the police department. The show ups the ante when Arnott and Fleming are assigned to investigate Detective Chief Inspector Tony Gates. Now, Gates is a good foe. He's charismatic and begins to pull strings to hinder the investigation. As rather dark stuff starts coming to light, the fight for truth and justice becomes nasty, but important, and the heroes gear up to take it all on.
156, Bravo, are you visual?
Negative.
So if you love an NCIS-style fight to the bitter truth, you will love this one. Now, if you're thinking that you'd want a bit of a military touch added in too, then you can check out SEAL Team. This CBS turned Paramount Plus drama's totally gonna catch your attention. The familiar David Boreanaz plays the role of the head of the Bravo team, which is an elite squad that takes on life-threatening missions, knowing full well the consequences they might have on their lives and families. The show does a great job of exploring this super dangerous life as the team operates in the field. It also gives the viewers a glimpse of the sacrifices that they make while doing their service to the country. Moving on, here's another four-letter acronym that's totally gonna remind you of NCIS. SWAT. Now, if you've ever watched the 2003 movie of the same name, then you've gotta check out the show inspired by it too. Set in LA, the series follows Sergeant Daniel Hondo Harrelson and his team of devoted crime solvers. This take on the classic attempts to explore the loyalties of Harrelson, since he's torn between his duty to the LAPD and his commitment to the community he was raised in. This internal struggle is at the heart of the whole thing. Shamar Moore, who plays Hondo, explained that through the series, they worked on bridging the divide that exists between the civilians and the cops. With such a heated conflict, it's got plenty of great thought-provoking moments apart from the investigative aspect of it. Also, the stunt work's totally phenomenal. This next show's a police drama with an entirely different dimension added on. Blue Bloods. In this show, a fictional family is deeply involved with the NYPD. So this means that there's very little divide between family drama and professional matters. Frank, the family's patriarch, played by Tom Selleck, is the police commissioner. His son Danny's a detective, while his other son, Jamie's a police sergeant. And if all this isn't convoluted enough, Frank's daughter Erin works as the district attorney. Blue Bloods unfolds with an inside peek at the various functions of law enforcement. Also, you're gonna love this if you love yourself a bit of drama like me. The Reagan family comes together for dinner every Sunday, where they discuss all that went down during the week. A lot of things collide with law enforcement, but the family drama aspect of it remains pretty dominant throughout. So at the end of all that, it's a family saga as much as it is a police drama, and it totally works. Now, if the best part of NCIS for you was its intense crimes, you've gotta check out True Detective. So this show's an anthology, meaning each season had a completely different set of characters and story. But here's what remains constant. Each show's got a spine-tingling mystery, and the investigators must get to the heart of the matter. Beware though, this one ain't exactly for the faint of heart. You might think NCIS went hard when it came to crime, but this show could totally give it a run for its money. Plus, the writing, direction, and acting all is top-notch, and it boasts a long line of great performers as leads. Woody Harrelson, Colin Farrell, Matthew McConaughey, Mahershala Ali, and Rachel McAdams. And the upcoming 4th installment's gonna have Jodie Foster. This is fitting because these mysteries have a horror-like element too, kinda like The Silence of the Lambs. But if all that's a bit too much, you could instead go for Law & Order Special Victims Unit. Alright, if you haven't watched this one and you're an NCIS fan, you're really missing out. This is a long-running police procedural, and new episodes have been coming out for almost 2 decades. And the showrunners have still got nail-biting mysteries lined up, so you'll be in good hands. Essentially, SVU is a spin-off of the original Law & Order, but it focuses more on the depiction of crimes that have actually taken place. The detectives in this unit are sincerely committed to digging to the very bitter end until each disturbing mystery is brought to its conclusion. It's truly remarkable because you're gonna have to be careful. It can lead to a binge anytime. It's just so addicting that by the time one episode's over, you're ready to watch the unit do it all over again. Speaking of binge watching, this next show's totally suited for it, The Blacklist. Right off the bat, The Blacklist will draw you in. I'll set it up for you. So Raymond Red Reddington is a former naval officer who used to be one of the most wanted men in the world. Until he agreed to work alongside the people who were looking for him. Red gives himself up and tells them of a blacklist, which is a record that he's kept of the most dangerous criminals all around the world. Now, he's willing to share this information with the feds, but there's a catch. Red insists that he be partnered with a fresh FBI profiler named Elizabeth Keene. Now, why her? Therein lies the mystery. And why right now? That's also something that you're gonna have to put in the hours to find out. What I can promise is that it's totally worth it. And that's all from my side about TV shows fans of NCIS need to see.